Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Mr. Fork Upscaler. So I couldn't help myself, but hey, this is something you guys definitely want to see. And since I have the luxury to do this, like, why not do it? I have the original PlayStation 3 Fat console, and I have the 2006 original version, the very first PlayStation 3 Fat that was released. I have it, and the great thing about that console is it's still working. I kept it in a great condition, and it supports backward compatibility. You can play your entire library of PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games. If you have those discs of PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, they will work. Same thing, of course, PlayStation 3 games will work. So you can play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games on it, and it works fabulous. Right now, I'm using and testing the Gran Turismo Sport. This is Gran Turismo, not Gran Turismo Sport, Gran Turismo 6. I'm sorry, Gran Turismo 6. It has 1080p on there. It supports 720p, 1080i interlace, and 1080p. It's a Gran Turismo 6, the anniversary edition, very rare edition. I had to go drive all the way to West Miami, GameStop to get this game. This is a very rare shit to find, and I was able to get it. So I connected it to my OLED, my E8 OLED, and I'm using the game mode, my own game mode that I have, my user game mode, right over here, and it looks pretty darn good, man. It looks pretty darn good, as you guys will see. I'm very surprised as to how well it responds. Like, there's the input lag. It's really, there's a little bit of course, there's going to be some input lag because it's a television, it's not a monitor, but it's really surprising as to how well it's able to read the control movements, considering that we're using a upscaled version of this game that's being upscaled from 1080p to 4K via this Alpha 9 A9 processing chip from LG. And I have to tell you, man, I'm very impressed how beautiful this looks on the OLED. And this is the reason why you want to get the OLED, guys. You have the best possible contrast ratio, meaning all of your games, even the old game like this, even the PlayStation 3 console, even the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 console, anything will look good on the OLED because you have that best possible contrast ratio. Okay, that's gonna give you the nice depth of picture, and it looks really great, man. Like I said, I'm surprised that the input lag, it's just barely noticeable. It's almost like there's no input lag. I'm really, actually, this DualShock 3 controller, I swear to God, works better than the DualShock 4. I swear. Honestly. Sometimes I feel there's more delay on a DualShock 4 than there is on DualShock 3. And it really works great. The graphics are still pretty darn good, man, for this game. Yes, there's going to be some jagged edged lines. Yes, they're not going to look like super smooth. I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. You will see some jagged edged lines. This is how it was. This is the best that the PlayStation 3 could do. However, having that nice upscale, it really smooths those edges, those jagged edged lines. It smooths them out, especially on a game mode. I'm using a game mode over here and really gets the job done well here. But it really looks great. It really does. Surprisingly great. I didn't expect it to look like this good. So I figured, why don't I just fire up the PlayStation 3 onto my OLED. Let's see how Gran Turismo 6 looks on it. I also have Gran Turismo Sport. Not Gran Turismo Sport. I have Gran Turismo 5. I'm sorry. I also have a deluxe edition Gran Turismo 5 and Gran Turismo 6. And I got to tell you, Gran Turismo was always ahead of its time. Like in terms of the controls, the physics of the car, the graphics, they were always ahead of time, honestly. And I can't wait to see how Gran Turismo 7 is going to look on PlayStation 5. I really can't wait for that. But look, man, this looks great. So people who are out there skeptical about, hey, can you game on the OLED? Yes. The game mode, they do have game mode, and the Alpha 9 processing chip does an excellent job with the game mode. And here I am with the PlayStation 3, man. It's not even HDMI 2.0. It's the HDMI, 1.4? And still, there's no input lag here. I mean, there is, but it's like a joke of an input lag. Like, it's really low. It's not like a horrible, terrible delay. Okay, on a if any delay, I haven't noticed any delay on a controller. Okay, how about that? Number one, there it is. Let's look at the replay. I mean, guys, I mean, look at the graphics. Look at this. This is PlayStation 3, my PlayStation 3 Fat that I have, the original PlayStation 3, and then it really shows you just how well that console was built. Yes, I did take care of it. But after all these years, it's still working. And this is why I think it was priced at $600, because it had Blu-ray player. I still have a Blu-ray player on there, so I can use my Blu-ray movies. It has a built-in Blu-ray player, has a built-in SD memory card, hard drive, a really good processing GPU in there and CPU that gives us this type of graphics and the ability to do 1080p, and 720p. So PlayStation 3 was $600 for the right reasons, okay? And here I am now, after all these years, this console is still working. But this also brings out another point I want to mention. Guys, it's how you take care of your equipment. When people talk to me about, the burn-in and the retention on the screen, and then when people start talking to me about vertical bending on the QLED, listen, it all depends on how you take care of your equipment, how you take care of your television. So the same thing goes for my PlayStation 3. I took care of my PlayStation 3. Okay? And that's why it's still working. If you take care of your products, they will last you a long time. If you don't take care of your products, they will not last you a long time. As you can see, it looks great, man. There you go. I'm using the game mode. I already showed you that. I'm using the game mode, and it works well on the game mode, on the OLED. Looks great. I'm using HDMI 2.1 Belkin cable. So this video is going to end pretty soon. It's 1080p 60. I hope you guys like this video. I figured I'd show you this because I know you guys want to see this. And I think you guys have been requesting of me to do this video. So, well, there you have it. Looks great, as you can see. Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon. Cheers.